Hey, till it's gone. Sway in the morning, shade 4, 5, 16 minutes past the top of the hour. Citizens, Sway's away. He's traveling actually back today from Scotland. You know, he hosted the red carpet yesterday at the EMAs, the European Music Awards on MTV. So he had to host the red carpet to do that. But as promised, we have a live show for you today, Tracy G and I.
Yep.
And OQ holding it down. DJ Wonder's not here. It's his birthday today, so hit up Wonder at DJ Wonder. On Twitter and at DJ Wonder Pics on Instagram.
Correcto.
Hit him up and wish him a happy birthday. Now, I'm a little sad DJ Wonder's not here because I know he would love our next guest. She's beautiful. And when she came up to be here, opportunity was offered to bring her on the Sway in the Morning show. Our assistant, one of our assistants for the show, turned around. He was pretending like he was working. And as soon as he heard the name FKA Twigs, he turned around and said, "Oh my God, she's coming here. She has to come. Which day? He never gets excited about anything. So that made all of us curious and wanted to find out, who are you? How come he knows so much about you? So we welcome to the show today, FKA Twigs on Sway in the Morning. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
You are very beautiful, and your accent, of course, it makes you more intriguing, as Tracy G said. You could curse people out with that accent, and they'll feel like,
it's a compliment.
It's a compliment. Where are you from?
I live in London at the moment, but originally I'm from a country town called Cheltenham in Gloucestershire.
Gloucester. How far away is that?
From
from New York City, where we broadcast.
Oh, wow. I mean, it's like 8 hours on a plane, and it's maybe like 4 hours away from London.
Wow. So what was it like growing up there?
It was very quiet. It's a very beautiful place, but it's very still. It's very quiet. I used to look out of my bedroom window and see valleys and sheep and cows and tractors. And
how does a person, because there's a lot of people, and maybe not as far away as where you were, but say like Idaho or Iowa, Nebraska, there's people in the middle of the country in the U.S. who look out their window and that's all they see: cows and horses and green grass and tractor trailers. How was it for you dreaming of one day being to a place like this in a big city in New York City, putting out an album, dreaming big, wanting to make it and be successful? What was that like, and what gave you those dreams and inspirations?
I don't think it was something that I was really conscious of, but there's a story that my mum always likes to tell about me when I was a little girl, and I was like 2 or 3, just sort of stringing sentences together. And I was just being naughty, like at the table. And my mum said to me as a joke, "Talia, if you don't pack it in, your little life isn't going to be worth living." And I turned around to her and I said, "Mum, I'm not going to have a little life. I'm going to have a big life." But I was like 3, and she found that really funny. So I don't know, I've always been so quiet, but I think like I've always loved working hard, and I have this thing inside me, like I love like being the worst at something and then working really hard and becoming really good at that thing. So I've always had that throughout the whole of my life, whether it's dancing, like doing ballet lessons, or singing, or producing, or making videos. Like I just love starting at the very bottom. And even now as a dancer, I love going to a dance class and not really being able to do it properly and having to stand at the back, and throughout the weeks like working slowly and quietly to the front. And I think everything in my career has been like that. I produced the majority of my record myself,
Wow.
LP1, and I couldn't even program 2 years ago, but I just was like, I have to learn how to do this. I have to learn how to sit at the computer and learn the difference between like audio and MIDI and all these different things, which at the time I didn't even understand fully like what these words meant. But I don't know, I guess like 2 years later I feel really confident in engineering and programming, and I think my bass playing has got better and my keyboard playing has got better, and that's just something that it spurs me on and it excites me.
Good for you, Tracy. Wow, good for you. Self-taught.
Well, going back to how you were saying you like to conquer a weakness and become the best at it, it's hard to imagine that, because when you started off as a dancer in your career and then you worked with so many great people like Kylie Minogue, and I know you did a skit about Beyonce and Ed Sheeran. Can you talk about how you even started in the industry, what the first opportunities were like?
Well, I always wanted to make music, and I've been writing songs since I was 16. Every single week without fail, I'd be in the studio 2 to 3 times a week. I started out in youth clubs, first of all in a youth club in Gloucester, and second of all in a youth club in Bermondsey in London, and I was working 3 or 4 jobs. I was working in Selfridges, I was working at Tiger. I was also a youth worker, and I was trying to get whatever dance jobs that I could. And I just thought to myself, why am I working like days and nights when I could just focus on dancing and then work twice a week and the rest of the time be able to focus on my music? So I guess I made that transition to being a backing dancer for people like Jessie J and, like you said, Kylie Minogue.
Yeah.
And then it was just a case of balancing the creative and the freeness of my music and what I really wanted to do, and my dancing, which I very purely looked at like a 9-to-5.
Wow. Well, speaking of music, we have a joint that we want to play from your first LP. It's called LP1. The joint is called 2 Weeks. That's the song we're going to play. And her music can be heard on Sirius XMU, channel 35. But right now, it's going to be heard on Sway in the Morning, and Shade 45. This is Twigs. And if you want to talk to her, 888-742-3345. She's here live in Sway in the Morning, Shade 45. I'm not even going to try to sing this, Tracy G. 24 minutes past the top of the hour. This is 2 Weeks. That's the song by FKA Twigs. It sounds so... I can't stand using this word, but it's the first thing. It sounds so refreshing. Like, it sounds good. I'm so good. It's good to hear this kind of music. You know, there's a time and a place for all types of music, and it's no knock on anyone that's out now. But, like, I always think about music now when I'm driving in my car, what do I want to listen to? And when I'm at home, what I want to listen to. And this is definitely a joint in my home. I would turn it on just to set the mood right in my house. You know, I can't listen to, shout out to Reverend, I can't listen to that in my house. But when I got a cup in my hand and I'm in the club, I can listen to that song. You know what I mean? What type of music do you listen to at home?
Oh, I listen to all sorts, like really weird stuff. I don't know. I love I don't know, really weird eclectic stuff. Like, I love classical music a lot.
Do you?
Yeah,
I do. That.
And I used to be in punk bands when I was younger. So I love like X-Ray Specs, which is like kind of like a 80s like punk band.
Nice.
Yeah.
So growing up, I mean, and this is just girl talk, just having some fun. You don't did you sit at home in London or sit where you were and just dream like, yo, Drake is hot. Like, I definitely want to, when I get to the States, I want to make out with Drake. Or like, Little Weezy is hot. When I get to the States, you got to pick somebody. I don't know. She might have an opposite end of the spectrum. Did you have those kind of crushes on artists? Because now as an artist, you're going to start to meet everyone. You know what I mean? How was it like that for you?
Maybe, but I think when I was younger, I really used to like Omar. I don't know if you know of him out here.
Omar Epps?
No, like Omar, he's like a British musician.
Let me look him up. Omar, a British musician. Okay.
Yeah, like he had like piercings and I don't know, like
piercings.
Yeah, like he looked cool to me when I was young. I used to like Omar, and it was funny because when I was like 18, I was in a club in London, and he was there, and I went up to him. I was like, "Oh, I love your music so much." He was like, "You're so young, like." How do you even know my music?
Really? Oh, so you into the freaky stuff, FKA Twigs, piercings and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, this is Omar.
Oh, that's Omar.
See, this is when I was like really young.
He looks a lot older than you, but he's cute though, nonetheless.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was cute. So that's it. Omar was your biggest crush.
But you can't be talking about crushes with her because now she's like in a new like power couple. Because she's with Robert Pattinson, and I love them together.
Oh, really? I didn't know. I'm sorry. I didn't know that. I'm not all into your business like that.
Don't get her in trouble.
I'm not trying to get you in trouble. No, but I just feel like I had a crush back in the day. Much younger. It was Rakim from Eric B. and Rakim from the hip hop group. Okay. Like, Rakim was my first crush. And then when I met him at becoming an artist, I had nothing to say. Like, I couldn't even tell him I was a fan of his music. My tongue got tied. I had nothing to say.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if the same thing happened for you.
Well, I guess I used to really like Tupac as well when I was young.
Tupac.
You share that crush with many.
Yeah, a lot of and plus I wouldn't have wanted you a part of Thug Life, FKA Twigs. I didn't need you to be a thug wife. What did you say, Tracy?
Well, I was gonna say, Twigs, how are you adapting to now people being in your private life and everyone? You know, you have all these cameras that are now following you. And Robert, are you adjusting to it well? Are you okay with it?
Well, I mean, I've said before, like I'm a very quiet person. I'm a very private person. And,
yeah, good.
And I think. You know, there's that saying, like, if a tree falls in a forest and no one there to hear it? Did it really make a sound? I kind of believe that, like, if you don't look that stuff up, and if you're not on Twitter all the time and Instagram all the time, then, like, does it exist? I just don't know if it exists. Like, that's how I see it.
Yeah, well, see, I didn't know. I'm not on all those things all the time.
Exactly.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
But thank you for sharing that with us. I appreciate it. 888-742-3345. FKA Twigs is here, and she's a sweetheart. I love her already. Didn't even know that much about her, but I love her. If you want to talk to her, you can do that up next. 888-742-3345. Here's another song. It's called Video Girls off of LP1. It's Sway in the Morning, Shade 45. Man, this sounds like humping music. 30 minutes past the top of the hour. Sway in the Morning, Shade 45. That song is Video Girl by FKA Twigs. I love her, Tracy G. She's like really calm and mellow and chill. She doesn't like a lot of people in her business. She's a Capricorn. Like, just I like people like this. You know, I don't need to know too much about her.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good. I like the vibe. She came in here smelling good. There were a lot of handlers around her. She said,
Shoo.
please leave. Forgive me. You must go. I have no time for this foolishness. I love all of it. I love it. I do. 888-742-3345. I never heard of FKA Twigs before, but I'm a fan. Belinda, you calling in from Georgia. Good morning, sis. How are you?
Good morning.
Hey, what's up? Say hi to FKA Twigs. She's our guest here today, and we just want to show her that Sway in the Morning love.
Good morning, Twigs. I want to say thank you for putting out this type of music. It really, just like Heather, what you said, it was very refreshing. And the first person I thought of was actually The Weeknd. And if you guys ever do a collabo, it'll probably be the hottest thing I've ever heard. This is the type of music I live for. I enjoy. I listen to it, all day during the weekend. Just like you said, it's something at home that I could really, really just vibe to, and it feels really good. And I appreciate your music.
Oh, thank you so much.
That's
That means so
really
much.
nice, Belinda. You're a citizen of Sway in the Morning. Thank you for your comments, sis. Justin, you calling in for Dallas. What do you want to say to FKA Twigs? She's our guest here on Sway in the Morning.
Welcome, FK. Heather B, Tracy G. How
Hey,
you
we doing good, Justin. Like your voice, too. Ow.
Well, hey, first of all, FK, you definitely got a new fan in me. And, what would you say to, I've never even heard of you. I've never heard your music. Belinda hit it right on the nose, man, as far as The Weeknd. This is something that, like, me and my people are going to listen to 27 stories up, downtown Dallas, overlooking the skyline at 3 a.m.
Wow.
Perfect end of the night, just chill music. What would you say to somebody that's never heard your music before to possibly gain some new fans?
Oh, I don't know. I just say it's definitely different, and I've put so much thought into every single sound that's gone on the record and every lyric and every melody, and I don't know. I guess it's just exciting to have people appreciate it, and it means so much because I know that it's not like the usual thing. So thank you so much for calling in.
Wow, thank you, Justin. You're a citizen of Sway in the Morning. Black, you calling in from California. First and foremost, thank you so much for waking up so early and tuning in to Sway in the Morning. You are a citizen. What would you like to say? Thank you. What would you like to say?
Yeah, no, this Bay Area representation, so I got a fool with Sway. But Twigs, hey, like it's funny because I really don't even listen to your style of music or something like that, but it really is like a nice little change of pace and stuff like that. I could see the Weeknd comparisons and stuff. And, it was funny. I was assuming that, with your backstory and stuff, I'm thinking small, lily white girl. I'm thinking opposite spectrum. I'm thinking black girl. I'm like, man, I wouldn't even run up on her. But I just Googled the little pictures and stuff. You got a freaky little look to you. You know what I'm saying? you look like you would be right at home in the Bay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Slide through one time. We gonna fuck with you.
He's showing you love, basically. He's from the Bay, so when they say they're going to fuck with you, they got you. They big fans.
They got your back.
So thank you so much for that call, Black. You're a citizen of Sway in the Morning. Salute to you. Town business in the building. Rodney, how you doing? You calling in from Chicago. Good morning. How you doing, Rodney? What do you want to say to FKA Twigs?
Good morning, Heather B.
Hey,
and Tracy
baby.
G.
Lover.
Man, much love. Man, word. FKA, I checked you out over there on the Jimmy Fallon show, I think it was.
Yeah.
Video Girl I was listening to. I've been a fan since. I think that was the first time I heard you, and your music is refreshing. We've been using this word for about a minute.
Yeah.
Whenever you do a show in Chi, I am there.
I love Chicago so much. I actually I produced a track for Lucky X, who's a Chicago rapper. So thank you, because every time I go to Chicago, I get so inspired, and I love going to new places and meeting new artists. So Thank you, because I'm really into Chicago.
All right. Thank you, Rodney. You're a citizen of Sway in the Morning. Now, I started this interview off, FKA, by saying our assistant here was so excited. So I want to give him the opportunity to ask you a question.
Okay.
Just to make his moment and make his day. What would you like to ask her?
So I was looking at your videos and I noticed
if you don't put that paper down, that's first and foremost. We're training our assistants. Look, I want people to be great. That's my thing, FKA Twigs. So I yell at them all the time. Don't I yell at you a lot, Victoria? Don't I yell at you a lot?
You
I want them to be great. He wants to be a radio personality. Here's his big opportunity to ask you a question. No paper. What's your question for FKA Twigs, and what's your name?
Well, first and foremost, I'm a big fan, so I just wanted to let you know my name is Eon. That's what I go by.
Hello,
and what I wanted to ask you was, I noticed in your it was 2 weeks. That was the music video. I noticed influence. You could tell me if I was wrong, but I saw like Aaliyah, Queen of the Demand, on there, and I saw like Rock the Boat, like when she was in the water. And you can tell me if I was wrong, but that's what I've noticed. And I wanted to know if she had like a heavy influence on your career or that video, or what inspired you about her. She just reminded me a lot of her.
It was actually like purely by accident. It wasn't a reference at all for the video. I think it was the headdress that tipped it over. I was actually supposed to wear a mask over my face, and at the last minute I was like, I don't want to wear a mask. Let's put this headdress on instead. And then it kind of took it to Aaliyah, Queen of the Damned sort of moment. But obviously, like, you know, Aaliyah's such a queen, and I think every single young girl like listened to her growing up.
That's interesting. Thank you.
Good question. The next time, no paper. He had a good question for you, right?
He had a good question.
All right, citizens. This is what I want to do really quick. Oh, Q, give me a beat. Because people were saying The Weeknd. Now, I don't know if she would sound good with The Weeknd.
She would.
Because he's not here, so I can't try it out. But Tracy G and I are here.
Oh, gosh.
So we want to start singing some little riffs. You wanna join in with us?
I'm a watch.
Look, watch this. I can feel your pain.
What?
I can feel your love. No? All right, the hell with y'all. I don't care. Nobody has to like my stuff.
Help her out if you can.
Her new album is called LP1. Citizens, make sure you download and go get it. She's dope. I'm telling y'all.
Twigs said nah, yo.
Twigs ain't say nah. Tracy said nah. Twigs just looked at me like I was crazy. I am crazy, Twigs. It's all good. But I was feeling you, huh?
Said you're not crazy.
Yeah, thank you. See, it was good. I can feel your love. See, there's nothing soft about my voice. I just give it out the way. I was gonna have her mix in the hard and the soft and do it that way.
Isn't it crazy? Like our voices against hers, it makes us sound so obnoxious.
No.
Yeah, that's why we was gonna have a hit record, Tracy G.
Oh, okay. Oh, because
the contrast. She was gonna balance it out. She wasn't feeling me. Now she feel me. Her new album, LP1. Get it today, citizens. Make sure you support her and tweet her. You're on Twitter, right? Where can people reach you?
Yeah, you can. I think it's at FKA Twigs.
She says she think. That means she probably ain't gonna hit you back. At FKA Twigs. That's her Twitter. But get that album, LP1. It sounds good. Thank you so much, Twigs, for joining us and hanging out with us, even though we didn't get to do the song. When Sway comes back, we'll do a song the next time together.
Okay, perfect.
All right, perfect.